I think one thing I was always jealous of Americans is that like it just seems like they just accept any side of like weird culture.
Yeah.
And then in the UK and probably Australia as well, right? It felt that like if you were into stuff that wasn't like super normal, it felt like
that was bullying material.
Like, weird.
I mean,
exactly.
AX
so, like,
brought money and money
like,
talks.
But like watching like being from the UK or Australia, watching American conventions or like seeing just the way that they treat nerd culture in general in the US I was always so jealous. It's one of the reasons why I always wanted to move to the US. I mean, obviously now it's a very different place.
Well, kids have it easy today.
I didn't give a shit back then. I was like, I'll go anywhere, right? But because back then, to me, America was like this whole like mystical place, and then obviously now
mystical place.
It was like a place where everyone could just do what they wanted, and like everyone could like whatever they wanted. And there's always a huge place to go. If you liked a specific thing, there was always a big convention of like-minded individuals.
I think it's also because like, especially compared to like the UK, especially like America was just so much fucking bigger, right? So there's it just felt like there was more stuff
and
there.
Like, there was like huge nerds and like otakus in the UK, but because you would just like look down on.
We couldn't find each other. That was the biggest thing, because in America it seems like there was always a place for somewhere wherever you wanted to belong.
Yeah.
And I remember looking at AX or like all these con videos and thinking, man, God, I wish that was me. I look like I belong there.
Oh my God, I remember when I went to my very, very first convention, and I just felt like this was right. Like I knew that this was where my heart was supposed to be.
I felt that too when I went to a convention.
Yeah,
I was like, people.
Because then it just like, remember like back then, like, because we could not find each other, and even in the US it was still like this. It was more online than anything. But when you found someone, it's like, oh, you like Naruto too, like, oh my, and then you just instantly connect.
Well, in Australia there wasn't even an online scene. Like,
I feel like because like almost like in America, like I don't know if this is true, but like parents kind of like are more accepting of like weird hobbies. In the UK, man, my parents would give me shit.
My parents were like that close.
I would like come down for dinner and be like, oh, it's the anime fan. Oh, okay.
Yeah, my parents used to like be really kind of like weirded out about the fact I like the anime, but now my parents are very rare for their generation. They love YouTubers and streamers. They tell me shit that even like I haven't caught up to yet. Like like they know literally everyone. And then so what's funny is like I'm logged into my YouTube account also on the one at home back in Vegas. The reason for that is because of time zones. My mom checks to see if I got like a content like copyright claim, and she goes to my account and then
she's literally your manager.
Like she claims that for me, and then I wake up the next morning. I was like, Mom, did you claim this already? She's like, yeah, I was just looking at it.
Meanwhile, my mom's like, who's your Swiss friend PPD?
My mum will occasionally go, and there's been a big YouTuber in the news. She'll be like, I heard this Logan fellow was in a forest. I couldn't believe it.
Yeah.
Do you know him?
Yes, are you friends with Logan? No.
Yeah. No, my parents have definitely done their hardest to try and like keep up with the times.
My parents do try, but they're just too out of it.
My parents are the same.
My parents have really changed since Trash Taste started, because that's just given them so much content to watch. And now it's gotten to the point where every single clip and now we have like official and then unofficial clip streams as well. And that's all been recommended to her. And she watches like way more content than I do now. Just purely of like us, I guess.
My parents are kind of just like, you know, we don't like support what you do. You just kind of do it.
So we don't support what you do, but you do your own thing.
My dad.
We do not support Joey and his job.
No, my dad's straight, like in the Q&A that I did with my dad was straight up like, I don't really like support what you do. I just kind of let you do it. I'm like, thanks, Dad.
The only thing about having parents that are so in tune with what I do is like
that would annoy me.
It would annoy me.
Them giving me feedback about my thumbnails.
My dad doesn't give a shit about what I do, and yet he's still like, "Yeah, son, I didn't really like that video you made."
Yeah, I was like, same as my parents.
I didn't fucking make it for you. Like,
no. And then, dude, my parents they used to, back when it was like used more. They looked at like Social Blades and stuff. Like they're very into like.
That's like a little too.
I don't look at my own Social Blade. I don't want my parents telling me about it.
Oh no.
My dad he went through a point when he was just literally clicking and refreshing it. And I was just like, Dad, this is not healthy. Why are you doing this? Please
That's
stop.
kind of cute though. I don't know why. It's like, oh, I want to see you grow.
Oh man. Yeah, no, that's
I occasionally get my mum. She'll be like, "Oh, the last video didn't do as well as the other videos."
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
like, "Mum, not everyone can be a bender. Come on,
Yeah.
Don't rub it in.
come on. I know it did bad. I don't need you telling
My
me."
dad would sometimes phone me and be like, "Son, last week you only grew like 1,000 subscribers.
Oh my god.
Normally you grow like 2,000. What's going on? What is your channel?
Is your channel dying? Is your channel dying?
Is your channel dying? What's going on?"
Yeah, my dad right now, he's like having his own version of like, "You winning, son?" It's more like, "Oh yeah, your video doing well." Like it just every upload, he just has to say something.
It's cute though. I like that they care.